Hello, So Squad. Welcome back to another episode of the Business SaaS podcast. I'm your host, Eva Wolf, and today we're talking about why most founders are solving the wrong problems.
Business Sauce.
So, I think a lot of founders spend years solving symptoms instead of problems. And honestly, I've done it too. A little story. The website isn't converting, so we redesign the website. Sales are down, so we launch a promotion. Content isn't performing, so we post more content. But sometimes the problem isn't the thing you're looking at. For example, you think you have a website problem, but you actually have a positioning problem. People don't understand what you're doing. They don't get it, okay? Or they don't know why they will buy your product and not another one, especially in the skincare industry. Skincare is very hard. You have to make people accepting they will change their routine. I'm thinking about my grandma right now, but she's using the exact same cream since 40 years. I never see her using another cream. And this is just an example, but it can be for everything. If you buy the same rice since 10 years, why you will buy a new rice? If you buy this tomato sauce, why you will buy another tomato sauce if you like this one? So it's very hard to make people changing their own routine. Rather it's to the routine how they eat, how they exercise, how they take care of themselves, how they take care of them skin. Okay, so you always think you have a marketing problem, but you actually have a product problem. Or you will think you have a sales problem, but you actually have a trust problem. And I spoke about that in the other episode. And if you want to go back to the 4 C's before coming back here, go for it. You think you need more leads when what you really need is a better offer. Some people need to understand that sometimes you don't need that much volume. Okay. You will rather have quality clients than quantity. And having 100 clients for $100 versus having 10 clients for $10,000. What do you want to do? And sometimes you have to think, okay, what's my position? How many clients do I need to be sustainable with my brand I'm launching? And you either have a physical product, launching a product with your software, or rather just selling your services. Either as it's B2C or B2B, you can be even a hairdresser right now looking at this episode, and the real lesson here is founders love action, doing feels productive. But sometimes the faster way forward is asking, what problem am I actually trying to solve? Because if you solve the wrong problem, you can work very hard for a long time and you really never make it. And the what problem I am actually trying to solve come back to the why. What is your why? And storytelling is a game changing right now. I spoke it so many times in so many episodes. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but you have to tell your story. What's the story behind this product? Why you start to sell these services? And I'm not here to criticize, but sometimes I met women and they're like, oh yeah, I was at school and I want to be an entrepreneur. I just finished college and I'm a coach. And I'm like, okay, like you, a coach, a life coach with no life. like, dude, like you can't be a life coach to people they're fucking 50 years old when you maybe 22, 24, 25, uh, you will coach or they can be better in their life when you're still a baby. And it's like type of thing I'm still like struggling. I'm like, it will be hard for you to make it. I mean, you can make it, if you're very motivated, but come on, it's like It's like you don't finish school and become a senior VP marketing director in a big corporate when you didn't even start the basic, you know? And I have so many examples like that. It's like a house, you have to start with a foundation. Like if you start to go and say, yeah, I want to put these windows, and you don't have a wall, like where do you want to put these windows? And I do some metaphor right now. I'm trying to make fun of that, but when you start a company, people need to understand your skills and why you're doing that. Are you good at that? Because you can have no experiences and be super good at what you do. I'm not saying give up, but you will have to work way more harder. And I'm telling you that because I was there. I started my business. I was 19 years old. I looked like a baby. I was like, still with, this type of face you have when you're a teenager and you're like, little bit like this, but you're not fat, you're just like, like we call that potely in French. It's like you still have some milk at some point in your muscle. I don't know. Uh, but I was looking like a baby. And when I was coming to this big businessman saying, hey, yeah, I can sell this building and cut it and renovate it and sell every single apartment and make yourself doing $1 million by the end of the year, just if you trust me. And people were like, they're like, oh yeah, yeah, great girl. Like, what did you do before that? And you have to, like, I didn't start selling buildings right away. I start with studio, little apartment, and then I was done with apartments. Then I start to do houses, and then I start to do commercials. And I built trust like this. And it was super hard. When I get my first apartment, oh my God, I remember going to my manager office and say, I did it. I signed. I'm the best. And I was like, I was doing door to door, guys. It was hard. It was hard. I did door to door behind the rain, in the cold, in the wind. They will drop me off in all this area with all this housing, saying you're not coming back to the office till you have at least one meeting. And I was like, fuck this shit. Like, what I'm gonna do here? And you have fear, but at the same time, you have to do it. Because if you don't do it, you will not get this meeting. You will not get this first appointment and you might not close it. So I was speaking about my background because it was funny. Yeah, I was so young, but people start to trust me. And I did exactly the same thing when I started to be an event planner. uh, it happened. I did one event, people start to speak about it. They ask a second one and a third one and a fourth one and a fifth one. And at the end of the day, it was word of mouth. And same, I start with a little restaurant and then a bigger one and a bigger one and then a big nightclub and then a big festival of music. And you have to start at the bottom and you can't uh, patience is a key. And the problem is right now, you see all these people, sometimes you're like, oh my God, she just got viral and make it. Oh my God, she just got viral and now she's selling $1 million on TikTok shop. Or, but don't compare yourself. And I'm not saying that's luck because that's happened. Some people are good and go faster. Sometimes it's the right timing with the right people, and people will buy your product because it's the right time in the right market, the right thing. This happened too. I always call that more, it's like a universe thing, like it's like the universe sending you something and you taking it. And every single opportunity will come to you at some point. It's your decision. You are the decision of your life. And that's not luck. That's not that's not manifesting. It's okay, this coming to me, do I accept it? Do I take the chance or not? And do I put myself in the uncomfortable situation to maybe make it? And you see all these stories and successful stories, but when you really deep into it, A lot of women, a lot of men, they're doing that since 5, 10 years, 15 years for some. And it didn't happen like this. They work fucking hard for it. So anyway, I'm a little behind the topic right now, but sometimes, yeah, you solve the wrong problem before really thinking about why did you start, why you doing this, why you trying to make it, and what problem you will solve. And it's always the same. If when you start a business, when people, I don't know if you went to school or you saw some video on YouTube and you learn yourself, but you have always the same thing. What do you do, who you are, and how you do it. And it's always this question. It's a simple question, but you have to answer them to really focus on your real problem. And I can do an episode focusing on sales because I did sales for so long, guys. I'm more a salesperson than a owner of an agency at some point. That's my background. It's how I build my career. And sales will be always a part of being a founder. You have to sell yourself before selling your product or selling your services now. It's just it's so many competition. People will work with you because it's you. And it yeah, that's the end of this episode, guys. Like, I have nothing else to say, actually. It's like, so closing up, right? Most breakthrough don't happen because you work harder. They happen because you finally identify the real bottleneck. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So I will let you think about all this. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Business House podcast. If you found value in today's episode, make sure to subscribe and leave a review. And yes, see you soon to the next episode. Bisous.
Business Sauce.